I'm starting to realize that half of adulthood is just trying to remember to bring your Tupperware home from work. Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for my Back to the Boxes for the month of February 2019. In case you're unfamiliar with this series, it's where I take everything that I got in my subscription box and review it for you. So I always push it out a month just so I have time to use the products. So these are all the products from my February Boxycharm and Ipsy Glam Bag Plus. Eventually I'll start incorporating more of the boxes I get. These are the ones where I actually really got to try out the products and use them and enjoy them. So my February one will always be towards the end of March, my March one will be towards the end of April, and so on and so forth, just because, like I said, I feel like there's a gap in the unboxing community about coming back and reviewing the products that you got, as well as a gap in terms of I need to have time to test these products. So I'd love to be able to, at the end of the month of March, be like, this is what I think about my March products. And some of them did make them into my March favorites, but it's just so much easier to give myself the time and the relaxation of being able to unbox my March boxes while testing my February products, and then it'll switch to testing my March products more heavily and unboxing my April products, and then vice versa. So I push off my testing for a month just so I have the time to use the products and really formulate my own opinions about them. But without further ado, let's get right on into my Back to the Box video for the month of February 2019, and we will start with Boxycharm. So Boxycharm was just a regular box this in the month of February. And we got a couple of products, and I'm gonna go through them with you right now. We got the No Problem Primer by Touch in Soul, and I will say this was probably my favorite item that came in the box, my #1 product. I think that this is so beautiful. This is a nice smoothing primer without that heavy silicone feeling. It's a little bit more fresh, it's a little bit more dewy, it's a little bit more, you know, it's a pore filling primer without that heavy greasy feeling. It smells good, it feels good. It's almost like a little bit, it reminds me a little bit almost of a thicker version of the Smashbox Primerizer, like a moisturizer mixed with a primer, but towards the pore filling way, if that makes any sense. However, this made it into my favorites last month, and I have been using it ever since. It's just a nice smoothing primer that is no hassle, and that's what I enjoyed. #2 product in the box was definitely the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This has always been a favorite of mine. I love this mascara formula. I have turned other people onto this mascara formula. The only thing I want to say is I'm a little bit disappointed is I feel like this almost was a little bit different of a formulation, or, you know, I'm not naive. I know that brands will either let products sit around for a little while, or, like, you know, Boxycharm is trying to make money. Boxycharm is a business. Therefore, I can't, you know, expect them to have the nicest products and the most fresh right off the press from Too Faced. I saw a couple videos comparing that this was a different color than the regular Too Faced mascaras. I did notice a slight, just because I've used this product so much, I noticed a slight formula difference. It wasn't making my eyelashes as volumized, more lengthened, and I know the regular one does both really well for me. So whether it's old, whether Too Faced cheaped out on us a little bit, that really stinks, but it's still a great mascara. I still love it, and the regular product for me, getting it in a box for $21, that's pretty cool. My #3 product in the box is the Pretty Vulgar highlighter in Shimmering Swan. The Shimmering Swan highlighter in Sparkling Sass. This is a nice big husky highlighter. It's pretty, don't get me wrong. I will swatch it for you. It's a little bit more of an understated highlighter. I can barely get away with it right now. I think when the weather is nicer, I'll be able to get away with it a lot better. But in terms of the way I've been wearing it, it's pretty. It's nothing, I think, super special. I think that it's awesome that we got this product. The packaging is really cute and everything like that, but it's a little dark for me and it's a little powdery, but it's still a really pretty highlighter, and I'm glad we got it. My #4 product in the box is the Touch in Soul Sol de Janeiro Coco Cabana. The reason that this is #4 and not higher up is someone said that it smelled like, it does smell good, like coconut, but someone said it smells like butter popcorn, and it does a little bit. and I kind of can't get that synthetic butter popcorn smell out of my head now. I'm kind of stuck with that, and I'm not like a huge body cream person. Some people really are. They get out of the shower, they lather their bodies up. I appreciate that motivation in people. I really do, but that ain't me. So I don't use these products a ton. I used this actually on my feet because I was having issues with my feet being super dry, and I just don't notice this working any different than like my Bath & Body Works creams and everything like that. I know people make such a big deal about these body creams on social media, and I'm just like, I like the smells, even though this one's a little weird, but it's just like a body cream to me. I'm not like super on the hype train. Last but not least, a product we got that I'm putting in last place is a Nude Sticks eyeshadow. It's a cool product that we got, especially considering that, you know, they are fairly a little more expensive. It's a really pretty color, and I use it underneath my eyeshadow to set, but I'm not a huge eye crayon person. Not even necessarily that there's anything wrong with this formula. Like, I can put it down and put eyeshadow over it, don't have a problem, but I'm covering it. I didn't really wear it like individually. It's just not that time of season for me to wear it individually, if that makes any sense. And I just don't reach for these products very much. And that doesn't make it a bad product. And I know like you're gonna be like, Meg, you put it in last place for your box. You'd hate it. It's just, it's not the type of thing that I use every day. And it's so weird because I'm so dry, but I have issues with my eyeshadows creasing up on my eyelids. Like, that's an oily spot on my body. So I need to be careful. So this is, you know, it's fun to get. I set my eyeshadow with it, but it's nothing spectacular. Moving on to Ipsy Glam Bag Plus for the month of February 2019. And I don't know why I just started doing these in order, but I guess we're gonna do them from my favorite to my least favorite. So, my favorite product in the box was the IT Cosmetics Je ne sais quoi palette. Why? This has already made it into my bridal kit, so I'm really enjoying this for brides. Not a big fan of the highlighter, it's just kind of boring to me, but the Bye Bye Pores powder's in here. I like to use that on brides. I will say, I noticed that this one is a little bit harder pressed than the one that I have in a regular compact. Still works really well, but there is a slight formula change to it. Slightly more dense, so let me just warn you of that. The blush is really pretty. The bronzer is a little orange, but if you blend it out, it's a very diffused, pretty bridal look. So it just made its way into my kit, and I've been using it on brides and really liking it. So, and you know, I think this is like a $42 or $39 product that we got in a $26 box. So that was pretty cool. This was my #1 product in the box. Love it. My #2 product in the box ended up being a product I didn't think I liked, and it is the Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara by Wander Beauty. I've gotten like 3 of these, and Wander Beauty is just filling. They're becoming like the new Pure for Boxycharm, but Wander has really been getting their name out there with subscription boxes, which is a marketing tactic. I'm not crazy and hating on it, you know. It worked. I'm enjoying this product. This is originally I wasn't a huge fan, and this is like not a usual formula of mascara I enjoy. It's a little drier in my opinion. It's not very wet, but you can keep layering this and it doesn't get clumpy, I swear. It makes my eyelashes so long and pretty thick. More so long than thick, but it takes some building up and some time. But if you have the patience, and if you want a very fluttery, natural, but it's so hard to explain because it gives you those Ba Boom lashes, but without that spidery, intense look. So I've really been enjoying this Wander Beauty mascara. I got 2, I'm glad I have them, and this is proof that you have to try products a couple times, because I originally, in the morning when I was getting ready for work, I really hated this. It was taking so long to build up, and my eyelashes weren't that, you know, emphasized as I wanted them to be. And then I started watching other people's reviews, and I was like, maybe I'm just doing it wrong. So I spent more time doing my eyelashes, and I spent more time building it up, and the effect afterwards is really pretty. So this mascara was my #2 in the box. My #3 favorite product in the box, so like my mid-range product, is the LXMI Pure Nilotica Melt. It's like a nourishing balm to oil. This is great for my dry skin. However, I will say it's not the most comfortable feeling on the skin. It is very thick, which is good. I feel like I'm being nourished, but it has like a very weird smell to it. It's supposed to, I believe, be unscented, but it just has this like old, almost expired smell to it a little bit. And the one thing that bothers me is it's a cream to oil, but there's kind of like these chunks in the cream. So before it becomes an oil, you're spreading it on your face and it's just very thick and you can really feel the chunks dragging across your skin, and it's kind of a little bit uncomfortable. And it takes hours to seep into your skin. So the thing I like about this is that it feels like it's treating my skin because it's so thick and it's so oily. But if you put it on your skin and you're laying there before you go to bed, you get oil all over your pillow and you just feel it and you see it and it's heavy. So it takes a really long time to melt into the skin. So that's the one thing I don't like about it. So this is my mid-range product because I haven't seen it work a lot for me. I like that I can, you know, it's oily on my skin, so it feels good, but it just takes too long to set in. And I'm like, oh my God, I have this oily ass face and it smells weird. And I'm like that for hours. I don't like that. Number 4 in my box is the Tarte Dream Big Palette. I'm super happy we got a Tarte product. I think it's really cute. The palette is really cute. However, I am not hugely into Tarte eyeshadows. I don't want to sound like one of those quintessential gurus and be like, there's not a transition shade in here, but there really isn't a very good transition shade in here. So it's not an all-encompassing like travel palette. I used this Ambitious shade down here to set my eyeshadow a couple times, and then I tried to use this You Can shade, which was pretty, but it's very powdery and it's kind of, you know, you're putting it on and it's like sandy and a little chunky. So it's definitely not my favorite. It's not the most pigmented palette. It's cute and it's a good thought, and it's not a horrible palette. It really isn't. It's just not, you know, I have so many more eyeshadow palettes that are so much easier to blend and so much more shimmery and pigmented, so this wouldn't be like my go-to Reach palette. And its small size is great, but it also wouldn't be my go-to travel palette because it's missing some quintessential shades in my opinion. And last but not least, my least favorite product was the Finding Ferdinand Nob Hill Red lipstick. I like that you can push it out and it's pretty cool like that. Not only is there nothing, I have to be really careful, nothing spectacular about the lipstick. Like, it reminds me of just like your regular NYC lipstick from back in the day from the drugstore, but I used it quite a few times and it looks really beautiful. I mean, it's a pretty lipstick, but here's my issue. It got so gross so fast and it broke. And I didn't even have it rolled up far. I had it rolled up, I'm gonna say around here, like a regular amount to just put some lipstick on, and it completely broke off and fell on my vanity. And for this to say that it was a $30 lipstick, when I used it as I use every other lipstick in my collection, I used it as I used every cheap lipstick in my collection, the fact that it broke is extremely disappointing. It's a lipstick. I didn't think there was anything spectacular about it, and the fact that it's broken really put a huge strike on it for me, because now I'll barely reach for it because to put it on, it's impossible. You have to get a lip brush, because if you do it this way, you're just pushing it and smacking it into the lip thing. And for a lipstick that is no different than my cheap lipsticks, the formula, I mean, it's okay. It wears off like every other lipstick after you eat something or you kiss someone. It's just a lipstick. The color is pretty, but it's a freaking lipstick and it broke. And the fact that it said it was 30 bucks on the card, they all have one inflation in that box, and it was this freaking lipstick, okay? All right, guys, that was my back to the box for the month of February 2019. Stay tuned for my back to the box for March at the end of April. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a fantastic night.